Hello, welcome to another in our series on getting to know GDPR 365. Previously, we got to understand how to set up the organization, what to do about a DPO, how to manage the compliance sections, how to do our data mapping, set up privacy notices, and to communicate with employees. Today, we will learn more about maintaining processor contracts and data sharing agreements. Processes. In the information section, we provide GDPR's definition of a processor. Also note the requirement to complete the checklist. Let's take a look at processor contracts. Again, the information here is important. You may recall from a previous session when we did our data mapping, we added Paula's payroll services as a processor. Well, here it is. You could also have added the processor directly into this section, and then it would have been available when you did your data mapping. You can also import processors into this section by using the import template. Note that the processor is based in Austria, that is within the EU, and by default, we display our template contract. You don't have to use the template, simply upload your own signed contract here. Let's take a closer look at the form. Complete as much detail as possible. If you're using notifications, then set the contract start and end dates here. Under data mapping, select the personal data types being processed by the processor. This updates our template contract. What happens if the processor is located outside of the EU? Let's take a look. Let's look at Argentina, for example. Here, the legal basis for export is Commission approved. That is, it is a country that's considered as having adequate data protection. What if it was Australia? You'll notice that there are a number of legal bases from which to choose. If the processor was part of our group of undertakings, we would likely choose binding corporate rules. GDPR 365 then gives you the link to go and read up about binding corporate rules and how you need to apply them within your organization. If it wasn't part of our group, we more than likely would rely on the standard approved EU data transfer contractual clauses. GDPR 365 provides you with the link where you can actually go and download the standard contractual clauses for a controller to processor relationship. Data sharing. The functionality in data sharing is identical to processors, except for one thing. In this case, for transfers to controllers outside the EU, GDPR 365 provides you with a link to the site where you can download the EC standard clauses for a controller-to-controller relationship. We've reached the end of this lesson. Thank you for your time. Look out for future lessons in the series on managing data subject access requests and personal data breaches. Bye-bye.